Yeah, greetings. There with you again. You know, over the years, Rasta has been persecuted for ganja, beaten, jailed, locks cut off and them thing there. Till we see where a whole heap of the world start to recognize the importance of this plant. Now, in a Jamaica, they decriminalize it, not really making it legal. They just decriminalize it. Rastafari has always been lobbying for a sanctuary, a sacred space where Rastafari can use the ganja for sacramental purposes. And the government did heed to it, but now we say formally the Minister of Justice and the Minister of National Security and also the Minister of Culture, Gender, Sports, Babsy Grange, have put out a statement where they have designated 57 spaces for sacramental purposes for the Rastafari community. 57 spaces. This means that Rastafari will be able to carry ganja into these spaces, plant ganja into these spaces, smoke ganja into these spaces without interference from the police. That is something to behold and to look forward to, because what we have found out that this was not on the board, even though it was said years ago that Rastafari can have certain spaces where they can use the marijuana for sacramental purposes. We see where Rastafari Brethren was still arrested and charged for ganja. For instance, if a man plant ganja in a Portland and him a go a Bingy in a St. James, him obviously have to move the ganja. And if him get stopped on the way, police hold him and carry him go to jail, lock him up and send him go to court. And when him go to court, the judge tell him, say, them don't know nothing about that. And furthermore, the individual ministers cannot make anything legal if it don't go through the courts. So Rasta was still being persecuted for this plant. Now we say it is documented in the Jamaican Gazette, where, as we say, the 57 spaces, Rastafari is allowed to use marijuana in these spaces. We only hope that in doing this, the Minister of National Security and the Minister of Justice will be able to pass this information to the police force and to make it legitimately legal to do this thing. Because if it is not, if it is just talk, which we know that politicians love to talk, if it's just talk, them talking, and now have it in the Gazette, and then now we hear of Rastafari still being held for ganja, going to a Nyabingi or going to a celebration, it's a big problem. It's a big, big problem. We don't want to hear that Rastafari get old for ganja. A man no mad enough to carry a big, bag of ganja just like that. He have to carry it go somewhere. And most of the time he must carry it is to the Nyabingi Center or anywhere Rastafari gather together. So we are now saying that this is very important. The idea of transporting ganja, or what we call it exporting ganja, is still on the board, because we are hearing that you have to have certain things, you have to have fence, you have to have security, this. Rasta don't have them something there. People used to come to Jamaica for ganja. They never used to want ganja to be, put in the way how them want it to put. That is why ganja was so popular in Jamaica. It was popular because man plant ganja in a certain way in Jamaica, and the whole world recognize it as the best ganja. Now they want you to put this, add this, subtract, take away, and all these things to make it more palatable to what them call now medical marijuana. we must make the tourists come here for the ganja. We can't carry the ganja to the tourists since America is still the block for this thing to be legitimately, be financially feasible for the Rastafari community who do have no whole heap of land and no big wire fence and all these things in place. Yet still, we never, in the 60s and 70s, we never have those things. And tons of tourists come, tons of people used to come to even Negril and just bask in the goodness of the ganja plant. So, we want to see what's going to take place, and we hope say it is a win-win situation for the Rastafari community, given that now the Rastafari regional association went to the Minister of Justice, went to the Minister of National Security to make this thing be more feasible and get off the pressure off of the Rastafari community after dozens and decades of persecution. Give thanks.